So I had an unforgettable weekend. I mean, literally, I think I will never forget what we did. So Friday was my birthday, and what I'm going to try and do is relate some of my interesting family issues to our real estate business right now. And it comes when, and I've spoken to many of you about my son Jay's girlfriend. And that's caused a few issues in the family only because we're a tight unit. And Jay and Sarah are very close. As a matter of fact, at the current moment, they are in the same grade in college. And so, in the same grade, they count on each other for a lot of things in the past. And when you start to prioritize something over somebody that you've been so close to for so long, one of the two may get a little. So, birthday, Valentine's Day, all on the same day, Blair got together. I said, look, it's very important to me that we all get together. And I'm not discriminating. Bring the girlfriend. We're all going to get together and we're going to sit down and we're going to break bread. Blair makes gifts for them in little heart-shaped boxes and all kinds of cool stuff like y'all know she does. And we drive to the Woodlands. That's about an hour for each one of them. And we go to lunch in the Yardhouse, which is new. It opened February 7th. I can highly recommend it to those of you who haven't been. It's right on the outside of the mall right there. Anyway, it was a great place. We had a great time. We sat at a round table. We're all able to communicate, lowered the level of anxiety, lowered the level that, hey, a new person can come in. We used the gifts to kind of bring the level down a little bit because everybody was excited about treats and fun things. And then we used my birthday as a reason to gather as a bit of a distraction that, they did it for a purpose outside of me or outside of them. And so what I'm telling you, it just made me start to think that Stacy and I have been talking over the course of the last 2 weeks about reading the room. Things seem to have changed. And I'm looking at, if you look down below, I put a big red box down there about what worries people about buying. And the first one is things that break after they buy a broken home, basically. And there are ways where we can address these content issues. I know you can use AI to create all kinds of great articles, but why not in the moment start addressing the tough ones? What about if I buy a house that has problems? What can I do to prevent a house that has problems? Do I need to use a realtor? Do I need to pay a commission? Address these things straight on because that's what your consumers have in their mind most of the time. But again, that takes you back to asking the right questions, literally listening to what they have to say, pausing, and then asking one more question to find out what you can address. But you know this. You've talked to people. You've heard them. Why can't I get a house for $150,000 or less? What's going on? You can address all of these questions that you're getting all the time. Why does the sign stay on that house down the road while your RE/MAX sign goes up and comes back down? Talk about pricing in the neighborhood, to all of the things where you can address a lot of these issues straight up, address them. And you will then be, you want to talk about develop trust. Man, that is huge. But it's about reading who you're dealing with. It's about dealing with them on their level. It's about listening and pausing, asking a question, and then delivering them the message that they need to hear in order to move forward in their transaction. All that said, Chevron laying off 20% of their workforce, if you saw that. Now understand, this is a great headline. It also goes along with everything the government's doing right now, goes along with everything all of the real estate companies have been doing, because we've been in a bit of a recession for the past 2 years, and we have to accommodate that. So they are eliminating 20% of their global workforce. They're also, most of them are employed in the United States of America, in which they are moving their headquarters from California to Texas. So I'm assuming a huge chunk of those people want to stay in California. They're going to settle with them or give them severance. or allow them to retire early. I'm sure it's going to be very attractive. And I think this will be a blip on their radar as they continue to do very well. And look, we're putting a plant in Orange right now that will employ 800 people. So everyone's becoming more efficient. We've had to do it. The real estate industry as a whole have had to do it. I, more than anyone, want to continue to expand, but we've got to adjust. We've got to make sure, just like in your business, you are not only efficient, but as proficient as you can be with every hour of every day that you choose to work in your business, that you are not distracted by other things. So let's move this ship forward, baby. Let's keep going and getting it. It's going to be a great week. Read the room, ask the questions, listen, provide the answers, reach them, give them the answer before they have to ask the question. Have a great one.